Hi there, you're with JC Pride. Welcome to Pride People again, another segment, and today I have a very special guest who will introduce themselves shortly, and over to you. Shortly is now.
Shortly is now. Cool. I'm Leena, and I am Jesse's songwriting and artist coach.
And partly my brain.
Lol. Nah.
Leena's like, lol, no wrong.
Nah.
So yeah, explain a bit of that process and how that's looked. Obviously, working with me in music has been a bit more involved, so explain the steps that you guys have taken to help me.
Yeah, for sure. So I am one of the co-founders of Songbird Society, which is where we are right now. It's a recording studio and an artist development hub here in Adelaide, South Australia. And we help artists, essentially, we meet them wherever they are and we help them achieve their goals. So whether that's helping you level up in some skill sets like songwriting, production, performance, branding and business, etc., or if it is coming up with strategy, or helping you connect more deeply with your audience. We kind of meet with the person. This time it was Jesse, figure out where they are and what areas need the most assistance to give you the most growth in a short amount of time. And so the first things that we did was you had just started writing songs and specifically lyrics.
Yes.
And so we helped you start to take those lyrics and put them into full-fledged songs. So adding melody, adding chord progressions, rhythm, structure, as far as repetition goes, and then also bringing in the production elements and trying to really help you find your sound.
Definitely.
Yeah. And then the other side of it was, this is something that you had never done before. This was something that you had kind of found, music in general was something that you had found to help aid your recovery process and really like utilize as honestly one of the, I think, probably the biggest healers in your journey.
I'm like, they've done a lot of things for me that wasn't included in whatever she just said before. I'm like, they basically built me. I'm like, this is build a bitch.
We did not build you, but we helped you. We helped kind of help you find yourself and ask yourself the questions of like, who am I now? What do I want to do with my life? And what do I want to represent? And how do I want to go out in the world and affect some sort of positive change? So we helped you facilitate that self discovery, but we did not build you. You built yourself, and we just helped provide the framework for you to do that.
Yes. Leena gave me a lot of very insightful questions that made me think. I'm like, is this really my hand? No, they really, really made me think. And then every time I would produce an answer or something, Leena would be like, and then what?
and what else?
What else? How else does it make you feel? And it was very much like, I know there's more in you. Let's just pull it out without telling you we're pulling it out. So there also, you know, producers, music, whatever, /wizard, or witch, I don't discriminate.
I'm a Ravenclaw, if you were wondering. But yeah, so we helped with that. And then also now we're helping with your release strategy, and we're also helping connect you to our community. We have an amazing community of supportive, inclusive creatives in a whole bunch of different areas, whether that's wardrobe styling or videography or
photo shoot.
But yeah, literally like all the things.
I'm like, they've introduced me to so many people, but the thing I realized about meeting so many people is I'm not good at it because I never remember them.
That is so not true.
I remember people I see regularly. You should see me at the gym. Like, who are you? Like, I met you yesterday. I'm like,
so maybe you're good at meeting people, but not good at remembering
Yeah, no, okay, yeah.
Because you meet someone and all of a sudden you're like, hello!
I'm like, is that a camera? Let's get my angle. Oh, wait, every angle's my angle. You know, when you first met me and I actually first came into Songbird, what was your initial impression or thoughts?
Oh, bless. My initial impression was that you were coming in as someone who had been through so much and that you had so much to say and to give, and you just needed the space to be able to allow yourself to let the emotions that have likely been kept inside for so long to be let out, and to allow your story to be captured so that you could then utilize and wield this amazing power that you have of the spirit of overcoming and of positivity and not allowing any limitations to be holding you back, and sharing that with the world and allowing that to be the contagious thing that it is, but spreading it like, this might be insensitive, but spreading it like COVID. Like, just put it everywhere.
That's not right. I was like spreading it like legs, like COVID.
Like, just sprinkle it everywhere.
Oh yeah, do an Oprah Winfrey. You get a long chair. You get a long chair.
You get to stop limiting yourself with your negative self-beliefs, and you get to stop,
Honestly, it's much more valuable than anything you can fit under a seat. Not gonna lie.
But yeah, I would much rather have a pandemic of Jesse's spirit of overcoming and resilience and not allowing excuses to stop you from achieving your goals than to have something that killed like millions of people. I would much prefer that.
I've actually realized I have. So with me, people are really good, but except when that person is an excuse factory, that kind of person does not get very simpatico with me. Like, I know they hate me, and I know you don't actually hate me, you hate yourself.
And it's probably not even like a self-hate, but probably the confrontation of seeing someone not allow excuses to hold them back does challenge their current situation, and it does make them feel like, oh shit, maybe I should be doing something. Complacency is a really hard thing to confront.
Yes.
And so I could definitely see how that would be something that you'd experience in people.
Well, it's definitely the complacency. Confronting it is confronting stability in your life, really, and just being like, okay, well, let's get rid of this and just shake it up. Let's etch-a-sketch this bitch and just erase everything.
Yeah. And I think you are in a position where you've practiced resilience and you've practiced determination and dedication in a way that most people have never practiced before. So I think at this point in your life, it's probably seems easier than it is because you've established these habits now.
It actually very much does.
That first part of like changing a habit and like getting rid of old ones and then establishing new ones, that's really fucking hard.
I remember actually, especially when I started learning music with Ellie. She teach me about the counts and everything. So like, in the very beginning, I was just lost. I was like a kid in a Walmart, and I was just there hiding under, a freaking Powerpuff Girls backpack and just hoping for better days. But Ellie's like, you will get this. Nothing makes sense to you right now, but you will get it. I promise it will become ingrained. And then I remember like a few years later, we were doing something, and I predicted how the next part was going just based on my internal knowledge that I didn't know existed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey you.
And you know more than anyone, the brain is a fascinating place.
So diverse, there's so many variables. It's just, I don't know. Honestly, when people stereotype people, knowing that that person has a brain in their head full of so many possibilities, a lot of which are untapped, I'm like, how could you actually penalize or put them in a box? I'm just like, there's so much there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my beautiful story, and please stay tuned because it gets interesting.